We are here at the NASP Annual Conference with Steve Theesfeld of Yost and Bale. And Steve,
We're having a good time.
We're having a great time. The 20th anniversary of NASP.
I can't believe it.
It's pretty cool. So Steve, you were going to tell us about your first, what kind of case?
Well, it's a little sensitive. I call it my first S&M case.
Oh my goodness. Are we going to be able to keep this PG?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll edit it in post.
A nice warning to all the families out there. This might get a little blue. So I was contacted by a client who owned a large warehouse in Chicago. This client had leased part of the warehouse to a landscaping company.
Okay,
So he kept his tools, his wheelbarrows, and other things in this particular warehouse. What we didn't know is that he was letting his niece, and I kind of want to put the word niece in air quotes.
Right, niece.
Niece use part of the warehouse to, let's say, photograph an actress in various leather-related costumes.
Oh my goodness.
So the boyfriend of the actress finds out about this, and he's quite angry. And he comes and he breaks into the warehouse. He grabs all of her costumes, and he burns them at the corner of our building. So our building actually is burned. Nobody tells us anything. The tenant doesn't tell us this has happened. The niece certainly hasn't told us this has happened. So we don't know anything about this. Well, a week later, the boyfriend comes back because they're still doing this. And the boyfriend is still very angry. This time, he starts the entire building on fire.
Oh my, well, if a little arson doesn't work, you have to go for bigger arson.
Exactly, I guess. Or if your girlfriend is being an actress and you don't like it, I don't know. So the question for your listeners is, where's the subrogation potential here, right?
That is the question.
And I was toying with this for a while because I thought, if the boyfriend had just done this the first time, I'm not sure that there was any kind of duty to tell us.
Sure.
But the fact that it happened twice is something that really should be piquing our subrogation interest. And that's the argument that I've now made to the carrier representing the niece and the carrier representing the tenant, which was, you did something completely outside your lease. Your lease specifically says you won't sublease to anyone else.
Okay.
There's also a rule in this particular state that says that if you are aware of a risk to someone's property and you don't say anything, you've breached your duty.
Oh, and certainly after the first time, there's an awareness.
That you had an unstable boyfriend who was coming in to take this particular action to convince his girlfriend that this wasn't something to do anymore.
Oh my goodness.
That's really my first 28 years later, it's my first really interesting case, but
that's amazing. I love it. So you guys are you're sort of in the early stages of this one?
We're still in the early stages of this one. I'm trying to convince the carrier on the other side that this is a compensable injury and that there was a duty breached, and so...
Well, Steve, you have convinced me. You'll have to check in with us when it's all done and let us know if you convince the other carrier.
I will. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Steve. Have a great time at the conference.
Thanks for having me.